Hey everyone, so here we'll be solving this problem sort array by parity. Look, this problem is an easy one. Alright, if you see, if you have a bit of experience in this coding field, this problem will be easier for you. But my intuition, my ideology will be to teach students like me who are like बहुत ज़्यादा dumb है वो, ठीक है, जिन्हें कुछ नहीं पता. So let's check what this says. You were given an array nums of the values, even or odd. What you have to do, you have to return a new array. You have you have to return an array. Like you can use a new one, or you can return this similar array without using an extra space. It would be obviously better if you don't use any. But what you have to make sure, you have to return an array in a way that all the even numbers come at first, they occupy first places, then odd numbers. Okay, here if you see 3 1 2 4, so all the even number, these two are the even numbers. So in the final answer, these two will come first. And see the ordering, forget about ordering as of now, the 2 4 or 4 2, but even number should come at first, then odd number. Okay, then odd number. So obviously if let's see in brute force. In fact, I'll try to run on this brute force, sorry, on this test case. Let's see the brute force that you can think in this solution. Okay, so and also guys, if you keep in mind my that identification or introduction video of two pointer, we'll use few concepts from that itself. Okay, so see this, you were given this sort of array, let's say nums, wherein you are given all the values, odd or even, they are random. So in brute force, what you can do, first you can use two new spaces. As I've said, remember guys, in that identification video, that if you can use two new array space, here you see nums even, nums odd. In nums even, all the even values; in nums odd, all the odd values. You put right here. All right. Then see guys, now you have to combine them and form a new like you have to combine them in an array where nums even will be at first. See, nums even will be at first, nums odd will be at last. All right, nums odd will be at last. But you should not use any extra space right now, because you already have used two extra spaces to arrays, and this nums was already remaining, right? This nums was already, it was just, it has nothing to do right now, because you extracted all the even values, you extracted all the odd values. Now this array is of no use, so we can directly change this array itself. Don't need to use any, because don't consider these values as of now. It's just an array with 7, it can hold 7 values. So what you can do, put, see, at first go, see, this was your nums variable, nums array. So in brute force, what you did, first you created this new array and this new array. Then what you will do, start from this array, fill all the values. Obviously a simple for loop will do the work. So put 3 values here, then put 4 values after that. So here you see guys, as I discussed in that identification or introduction video, that if in brute force, what you can do conveniently is to use new spaces, new arrays, just for that problem. All right, just to solve that problem. So then you can think of some different approach, something like this 2-pointer thing. Okay, because if the idea would be this, you see this, that two array we are using. Okay, two new array spaces we are using just to solve this problem. So now what we can think of, see guys, now let's go a little bit deeper and be with me. So what is this nums even? What is this nums even? Obviously you can create a new array, that's all right, nothing to like worry on that part. But because you have to separate all the even values, right? You have to separate all the even values. Is it really required for you that you have to use an array? But I can say, while I am when I am going from left to right, let's say using I variable, obviously that loop I'll be doing, right? For loop, for I assign 0, I less than size, nums dot size. So I know that nums of I modulo 2 equals to 0. Whosoever gives this, like if my if condition is this, they will be even, and else, like here the if part and else part will be at odd. So I don't really see, because to separate these values, to separate these two types of values, even and odd, I don't really need any extra space. just this if condition will do the work. If condition will do the work. Okay. And see, so this is one thing that even on odd these arrays are not required. We can use a simple if condition to separate them. The other thing, that all the even values will be at the beginning, all the even values, so we don't have to bother about anything. We don't have to bother anything about odd values. If we just put all the even values at beginning, obviously the odd values will be at last. Now let's see, with all these ideologies, how can we approach solution? How can we approach solution? So I hope you got this. First of all, you should get this idea that you can use two new spaces, two new array spaces. Then you should go for two pointer. Think of two pointer. All right, because you should not use two new spaces. Just you can replace because to get even, because you have to you have to take care of only even values. You have to put only even values at first. Odd values will automatically, whatever they are remaining, they will be at last. So just make sure to your concern is about this even, and you know that this condition will take care of even values. Okay, now let's see how can we approach this problem using two pointer. So what I will say, see, whatever value, so the first index is obviously 0th index in your array. So I am using an L variable, this variable equals to 0. It will say that while going from left to right, if you encounter any even value, see, if you encounter any even value, it will be at this L index. Initially it is 0th index, which means till now, let's say we are starting iterating from left to right, and the first value will go where, the first even value will go where, obviously at L equals to 0 index, right? Once you encounter that, you will increase this L by 1 index. Let's see how it goes. So I was 0, so it is not even, because this condition, if you see, it is not I 1 modulo 2 is not 0. Okay, so this is not even, so I will increase, I will go to 1. So okay, so this value is even. What you will do, see, this value is even, where it should be, this 0 should be at lth index, this should be at lth index. So just swap it, whatever you are having at L, just swap that. All right, just swap that value, that ith value, obviously nums of I, you will write this nums of I comma nums of L, you'll just swap this. So 0 will go here and 1 will go here. Okay, 0 will go here because so sorry, 0 will go here and 1 will go here. Then what you'll do, you got this idea that L equals to 0, this space, this 0th index, you have put even value at this space. So, and you wanted what, and so because at initial positions you have to put even, so you put 0 at 0th index, you have put an even value. So you will increase this. Now whatever even will come, it will be at first index, not 0th index. It will be at index 1, not 0. So you increased L equals to 1. Obviously you have checked for this value, this index. Now go for other index, because you are doing this in for loop. All right, this I variable, this is depicting your for loop. So I equals to 2. See, 3 is not even, we don't have to bother about it. Then this 3, 5 is also not even. Then go to index number 4. Now see guys, 4 is 8. At 4 index the value is 8, which is even. Now where it should have been, 8 should have been the lth index, which is index number 1. So just swap it. You have to put 8 here, you have to put 1 here. All right, you have to put 1 here. Now you can say this, that L till 1, 0 and 1 index you have put even, so you will increase 1 by 1 step more, which is 2. L plus plus, which means 2. Now whatever even value will come, it will come at index number 2, because 0 and 1 you have already put even values. So obviously you will increase also I by one step, which is 5. Let's see at 5th index. 5th index, this is odd, 7 value, so no need to worry, go one step ahead. Then 6, at 6th index the value is 6, which is also even. See guys, you are not using any extra space because this condition is doing the work for you. All right, so 6, this is even value. So where it should have been in this array, where it should have been at index number 2, lth index. See, this is lth index. L is where it will point, it will say that whatever even value you are getting, it should be at this index, lth index. All right, so L equals to 2, so 6 will go at 2 index. So swap this swap this. So here it will go 6 and 3 will go here. All right, so then 6, then it's 7, so I equals to 7, the loop will end, the for loop will end. So if you see this array 0 8 6 0 8 6 5 1 7 3, see here you are getting what 1 3 5 7, as I said in the question. Wait, the ordering is not important, all the outputs will be accepted. So the only concern is to keep your even at first, odd at second, or odd at last. Inside that even space, the ordering is not important. You can put 4 2, you can put 2 4, both will be accepted. So here you see guys, so our main motto was to put even at first, odd at last, and we put that. So I hope this thing you like guys. Do let me know in comments if you have any hard. See, what my main aim is to not actually see offer all these problems. Yeah guys, the intuition is pretty clear. Those who have solved few problems, the intuition part for them is pretty clear. But what I want, kids like me, like 1 year back when I was solving these problems, everyone like Striver भैया, राज भैया, और उन सबके वीडियोस देखने के बाद I was like जब उनके वीडियोस देखता है, so the solution was clear to me, because I don't know what species I belong to. मेरे को कुछ समझ नहीं आता, खुद से करता simply. So मुझे इतना डीप में मतलब I needed someone जो मुझे इतना डीप में बताए. I know this is unnecessary, इतना डीप में जाने की जरूरत नहीं है, ठीक है, बट मेरे जैसे लोगों के लिए ये भी कम पड़ जाता था इतना डीप में जाने के बाद भी. So let's quickly recap this what I said till now. See, in your brute force, when you were giving this array, you could have easily solved this problem if you used two new array space and then merge them, put these first space at first like starting places, the second space at the last at the rest of the place in that nums array. So you were having two, if you can use two extra space. But what we saw and what we know, that if you are using two extra space for this single array, then we know that identification part, you should go for two pointer. Because you saw that to separate this first space from second, you don't have any complex algorithm for that. You just have this if condition. If it is followed, you will get even. If it is not, you will get odd. And what you have to make sure, you have to only take care of even values, because if you put even at the first place, odd will automatically be at the last places. So, and we saw the dry run of it. Now see my solution. Obviously this is a pretty simple one here. The ith value, this for loop or ith variable that we were using, and you know this L equals to 0. This L will say what? If at any I you are getting even number, it will come at this nth index. So obviously L will start with 0 because the first even number will be at 0th index. Now here you see this array separation, the even number, if you are getting even number, you will swap that IA and nth index, then you will increase L plus plus, which means let's say at 0th index you put some variable, some even number which is 2, then obviously the next even number, it will come at where? It will not come at 0th index, it will come at index number 1. Again, if at index number 1 you put some, and this is what we are doing, L plus plus, you put some even which is let's say 6, then you will do what? Again 1 plus plus, which is 2. Okay, so in this way, so L value is keeping track of what? Where your new even number will come. Alright, then you will return nums. So here you saw guys, we have not used any extra space. In fact, we did everything in place. We have only utilized this nums variable, this nums array. Okay, so I hope you got this idea guys. Do let me know in comments. I know these videos are a bit lengthy, but I can't help it यार, मेरे को उन लोगों को बताना है, वहां तक पहुंचना है जो बिल्कुल मेरे जैसे डफर थे टाइम पे, मतलब है अभी भी, मैं भी उनमें से हूँ यार, ऐसा बुरा मत मानना. चलो, लेट मी नो यू लाइक दिस वीडियो, कुछ तो कमेंट करो यार, अच्छा लगेगा. चलो बाय.